I see a lot of clients on things like self-sabotage, procrastination, overthinking, anxiety, purpose. So I tend to sort of work with people on all those areas to do with meaning of their life, to do with their goals. I listen to the words that they are telling me, and I listen for the clues that they are not even telling me. Because quite often we have dreams, we have hopes that seem so big that we don't want to verbalize them.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the MidVibe. I'm Ashna Janeja, and thank you so much for watching this or listening to this episode. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and do follow us on Instagram, which is at the MidVibe. Today I have with me Hema Patel. She is a Rapid Transformation Therapist, and we talk about RTT, which is Rapid Transformational Therapy, what it is about, and how it can help you tap into your subconscious and really make you more motivated and inspired in life and help you achieve high performance throughout. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I have certain questions that I asked my friends also what they would like to know about this therapy, because I was trying to look for it and we haven't spoken about it in India at all. Like, there are barely any conversations revolving around this therapy because I think it's relatively still new. So I'm so excited to firstly have this conversation and then put it out there so that people will have something new to grasp and maybe even try their hands on this.
Absolutely. Rapid Transformational Therapy is a therapy that was developed by Marissa Peer, who is a British hypnotherapist. But she spent most of her career working in the US. So the Americans are much more familiar with this particular form of therapy than even us Brits. So I think slowly it is like going around the world. And I know in our sort of RTT forum, there are a couple of people from India learning this therapy. Yeah. So it is coming. It will get bigger, more and more people find out about it. And it's really exciting times. Like it's a good time to be speaking to you about this with everything going on in the world, with all the changes, with all the anxiety that people have. And I think this is a really interesting time for people. People are looking for answers. People have used this time in lockdown to maybe question.
Tell me, how is it different from other therapies that we have?
Yeah, that is a really great question. And especially because so many people haven't heard of it, they want to sort of compare to like maybe something they've experienced before, or maybe even something that they've researched and read about. So it is a form of hypnotherapy, and it is combined with NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, which is all about like using clean, effective language in order to get the results that you want. So say, for example, I say to you, don't think of a pink elephant. What is the first image that springs to your mind?
I just thought of a pink elephant.
Yeah, and so the power of language, quite often the brain will bypass no and don't and those negative words, and it will focus on the object of what you are talking about. So it's really important. NLP talks about, the importance of the language that you use, and using clean language with the right intentions. So rather than telling a child, don't touch that, don't do that, redirect them to something else. Oh, have you seen this toy? Oh, what do you think of that book? And refocus their attention. RTT, Rapid Transformational Therapy, is hypnotherapy combined with that NLP, but it also combines some of the modalities of like counseling, psychotherapy. So it takes all the best bits of all these other things, puts them and blends them together. And the reason it's called rapid transformational therapy is you can get results and breakthroughs that in 1 or 2 sessions that maybe in other forms of therapy may take 6 months or a year.
Yeah,
and that's
like
why
traditional therapies are long.
powerful.
That's crazy. Like 1 or 2 sessions. I thought maybe like 5 sessions, 6 sessions, but 1 or 2 is like really short. So how do you like address the myths around hypnosis? Because like in India, at least if I say so, people are really like, they take it in a very creepy way and they get scared of it. Not everyone, but there is this prevalent opinion, right? This myth around it.
There are so many misconceptions around hypnotherapy, and there are also lots of very valid concerns. People will associate hypnotherapy and hypnosis with maybe things that they've seen on TV, like stage hypnosis, where people are put under the state of hypnosis and asked to do silly things, funny things, and generally make a show of themselves. And so maybe if people have seen those programs, they're like, oh, somebody's going to take over my mind and make me do something embarrassing. So it's not about entertainment. It's not about what I want or what I think. It's about what is going to unlock something for that client to enable them to move forward. Because once they figure out the root cause and the limiting beliefs, then, and I don't do that as the therapist, I guide the client to do that themselves. They join the dots and they're like, aha, that's why I've been doing this for so many years. That's why this pattern keeps showing up in my life. And so they have that aha moment and then they can let it go. And when they let all those negative emotions, the limiting beliefs go, then it's my job to help them replace them with like positive, empowering beliefs that are going to help them move forward. Before we have the therapy session, we have this discovery call. They tell me their hopes, their dreams, their aspirations. I see a lot of clients on things like self-sabotage, procrastination, overthinking, anxiety, purpose. So I tend to sort of work with people on all those areas to do with meaning of their life, to do with their work life, to do with their goals. So we have this conversation and I listen to the words that they are telling me and I listen for the clues that they are not even telling me. And so, because quite often we have dreams, we have hopes that seem so big that we don't want to verbalize them. And so it's my job to take the words, take all the other clues, so that during the therapy session, once we've let go of the negativity, let go of the limiting beliefs, when I'm replacing them with the positive, empowering beliefs, I replace them with their hopes and dreams and their aspirations, with all the behaviors that they want to see, all the attitudes that they want to have, with the feelings that they want to capture. And then after the therapy session, they get a recording of the last 20 minutes. And so they listen to that recording every day for a month. Because they say it takes 21 days to form a new habit. I always say to my clients, because I'm not taking any chances, I say to my clients, listen for a month. Listen to a month every day, listen more than a month. And then just see the changes as they unfold and unravel in your life. And for some people, it can be like huge in one go. And for some people, little changes over time. I remember delivering a session for someone on money blocks, abundance blocks. And they said, like, one of the things that they noticed in the first week is when they check their bank balance and their paycheck, rather than going, oh no, it's not enough, or, you know, it's my friends are earning more, rather than having that negative impression, they just looked and they said, it's okay, I'm grateful for what I've received, and then I will move on and I will keep developing myself and I will attract more. So sometimes it's those little shifts in attitude, and then over time, when we have that gratitude, when we have that appreciation, we know that what we focus on grows. So if we focus on appreciation, it appreciates. So whatever, it's so important that, I know we spoke about energy before. It's so important to have the right energy about not just things that are outside of us, but things within us. and things in our daily routine. And it's those big dreams, they are achieved not by some huge momentous shift. They are achieved from the steps you take along the way. And I know you've done a fantastic video on that, because you take those steps every day, and before you know it.
That's right. I'm a true believer of that, because even if I speak for myself, I am the way I am right now because I gave myself those grateful moments every day. I mean, for me personally, I've reiterated this before as well in my previous conversations, but it's all about being grateful regardless of what your immediate circumstance is. And when you are grateful, irrespective of what's happening in your life, that's when the real magic begins in your life. That's my approach.
Absolutely. And even when terrible, traumatic, tragic things happen to us, we have to look beyond. We have to look beyond and see, what is the lesson in this situation? What is this situation trying to teach me? How can I grow from this situation?
Yeah. So this is very much like you're always in touch with your reality, like you're not coloring a rosy picture for your clients. But what about the people who deny their thoughts, who deny their feelings? You know, you have a lot of people like that. How do you make them believe that this is what they need to do?
So that's the beauty of this particular form of therapy. With RTT, I help my clients get into a really good, deep state of relaxation. And rather than having a conversation with their conscious mind, which always has that thing on their shoulder that says, no, you can't do this, no, that's not safe, that's not familiar, you shouldn't go there, you shouldn't do this. Instead, I have a conversation with the subconscious mind. And so the subconscious mind will reveal the incidents, the events from that person's childhood or that person's adulthood that made them change their attitude and change their behavior. And so when you're having a conversation with the subconscious mind, there's less filter, and you can have that really deep, honest connection, which then allows for those light bulb moments. So and then what I tend to do with my clients is 2 weeks after they have the therapy session, we then have a coaching call. And so that's when I have a full-on conversation with the conscious mind, and then the conscious mind and the subconscious mind are on the same page. They're on the same team. They're working together, rather than sometimes the subconscious mind may have a dream and the conscious mind will say, no, that's too big, that's too much, not right now. So yeah, we need both the subconscious and the conscious to work together.
That's so beautiful, the way you put it.
I think it's really important to spread the message of the power of this form of therapy, that it's not scary. I don't control your mind. It's very therapeutic, it's very loving, but most of all, it's that process of release. When you I talk about it as having boxes in the loft of your mind. We all have different boxes in our mind that create clutter. And those boxes go with us each time we move house. And we don't even know what's in those boxes anymore, but they're still around. And once you start, and through Rapid Transformational Therapy, once you start taking those boxes, opening them, getting rid of them, suddenly it frees up space in your mind. And then when you have that free space, that freedom in your mind, you then have the energy and the headspace to really focus and go for your dreams, because suddenly you don't have all this baggage that's holding you back.
How, like, I've also heard this saying that there are differences in how easily a person can go deep into the hypnotic state. So what is that all about? Like I said, the people who are always in denial of their emotions and feelings, they have a hard time getting into that hypnotic state. So is it true, or is it again just a myth?
It's true. Some people do find it more difficult than other people. So if you meditate, for example, you will find it much easier to get into that state of relaxation because your body is already kind of programmed to do that. You know, you've learned that pattern. But we are all hypnotized every single day when we are watching
exactly
TV.
Okay.
When we're watching TV, when we are watching, say, Netflix, for example, and we go from one episode to another episode to another, we are usually not making a conscious decision to do that. We are just going with the flow because we are in that state of relaxation. So we are kind of hypnotized every day. And when people say, oh no, but I won't be able to come up with scenes from my childhood, or I won't be able to think of this, or I think of that. If you think about when you drive your car and you leave it parked somewhere, you always know where to come back for it. So your mind finds a way.
Right. And that's so interesting what you just pointed out, that actually, like, for instance, when I'm painting or when I'm listening to music, I'm always in that flow state. So when people really keep their mind relaxed and when they are totally vulnerable, subconsciously is when they achieve the flow state. So yeah, like even with the hypnosis, you need to be in that state to enter into that zone.
Yeah. And I've been given sort of lots of feedback that my voice is really calming and relaxing.
It is. It's really
But
relaxing.
I'm having a conversation with you now, and I'm quite excited and animated when I talk and when I converse. But when I do the hypnotherapy sessions, when I do the RTT sessions, it's very slow, it's very calm, it's very soft, it's very welcoming. So
Yeah.
you can hear the difference.
It is true. You know, likewise, I'm very animated again. Like, just like you, I'm very animated. I'm so expressive. It's always on my face. Like, when I'm in that zone, I mean, I won't say my voice is comforting, but yeah, like, I have a different sound altogether then.
Your voice is really motivational because I've watched some of your videos. And I'm like, yes, girl, you should be speaking in front of thousands of people, like TEDx time, come on.
For that, I'll need your therapy because I do have that fear somewhere. I will come to that when we have one-on-one. Okay, so there are people, like we spoke about a person who's in denial. There are people who are very uninspired and are very unmotivated in their life. And like you said, that you tap into their subconscious to really uncover why they're feeling that what they're feeling. But even for such people, if you tell them tomorrow that, you know, there's this therapy that's out there and it's going to help you uncover your motivation or your purpose, they're still going to be like laid back. So what is that one thing you would say to someone like that as to why they should try this therapy right now?
That is such a great question. And the question I would ask that person is, if you are completely content and happy in your life, fine, you don't need the therapy. But if there is a part of you that thinks in 6 months' time or in 12 months' time, if my life is exactly the same, if that's not good enough for you, then seek change, seek growth. But it's not my job to convince anyone that they should change. If they are content, if they are happy, if they are comfortable, that is their choice, and I respect that. I work with people who want something more, who want to explore, who want to unlock something, who feel that there are certain things like self-sabotage or procrastination that are holding them back, and they know that they're not quite 100% there. One of my packages is called Be Unapologetically You, because quite often we play the game, we show up, but we play small. And my aspiration, my intention is to help people who know, actually, I want to play big. I want to grow. I want to be more. I want to experience more. I want to have more, but I'm not sure how.
Yeah,
and that
bang
is the
on.
perfect time. Yeah.
It's crazy. What all packages do you offer?
So I have a 1 month package, which is called Reset and Rediscover, which just has one therapy session and one coaching session. Then I have a 3 month package, which is Be Unapologetically You.
All right.
And that's 3 therapy sessions and 3 coaching calls. And I've had people go through that already and experience big change in their life, in their relationships, in their business, in their work. So it's really exciting. And my new offering is a 6-month program, which is called Live the Life You Were Supposed to.
Wow.
And in addition, in addition
Just
to
like
6
goosebumps.
therapy sessions, 6 coaching sessions, there will be a weekly accountability call. So I will be like your sparring partner, your buddy, your coach, because if you want to shake things up, if you want to radically transform, if you know that you have a higher purpose and mission on this planet, and you just want to unleash that potential, then yes, live the life you were always supposed to.
Wow. That is such a vibe, Hema. I swear to God. Such a vibe. Coming to my last question with this beautiful energy that you just passed on. What is your MidVibe like? So right now you have taken the first few steps in this path of yours, where you are in this journey of yours, and you're at the middle or somewhere close to middle or somewhere close to finishing line. There isn't any finishing line as such, but whatever that big goal or dream you have at this point of your journey towards that dream, what's your current vibe like?
My own vibe personally?
Yeah, like your mid-vibe, like your midway vibe.
My midway vibe, this is an excellent question, because I have retrained. I used to be a career coach, so I have retrained to deliver rapid transformational therapy. I have set up my business. I'm like on social media in a way that I have never been before.
Right.
And I have a really big goal. My big goal is to raise £100,000 for the Samaritans charity. So the Samaritans charity provides that helpline, that phone line for people in crisis, for people who have reached the point where they are struggling to stay in this world. So that is my big goal. And I'm on that journey towards that big goal, because it is so important for me to provide support to people, to help people through the work that I do, but also to be able to provide financial support to those people who are at crisis. So my mid-vibe is when I reach that 50K, then I will know, yes, that's my mid-vibe. And it's not always about reaching your goals.
Yeah.
It's about thinking about the person you have to become in order to make that goal happen.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Yes.
So who do I need to become to raise £100,000 for charity? Who do I need to become if I want to help 10,000 people using rapid transformational therapy?
That is such a beautiful thought that I have no words left to say. I'm gonna write this down and post it on the MidVibe page, and I'll give you the due credit for that. I think with that, let's conclude this conversation. again. Thank you so much.
I hope you gathered some key takeaways from this conversation. If you did, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give us a review, keep going, embrace your vibe. Until next time, thank you, take care.